Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. We are on the precipice of CitizenCon. I'm not sure what a precipice is. I suppose the edge of?
Yeah.
What? The edge of CitizenCon. I mean, maybe that'll be next week actually, won't it? We're near the precipice. I'm here with Zin. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
Oh my god, what a unique and wonderful joke.
That'll never get old.
That'll never get old. Let's jump straight into Star Citizen's birthday. So, normally, CitizenCon's around the 10th of October, but it's not this year. It's around the 21st and 22nd of October because of reasons. But we still have Star Citizen's birthday on the 10th of October, and Cloud Imperium have said, this year we have something extra special planned. You're not going to want to miss it. Which is a strange way of saying, we have something less special planned because we're having CitizenCon later. Any idea what they could have tomorrow at time of recording for the 10th?
No idea.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that we've had a hint at is the F8C. The F8C...
In some form.
In some form. That is absolutely fair to say that, because it could be a little statue of it, it could be some development information on it, but in a concierge chairman's club email, basically there was, oh, you're going to have a blast with this special treat, and then there was a magic eye picture, very weird, blurry picture from the past of F8C, or an F8, the heavy fighter, and that rekindled some people's annoyance at, oh, Cloud Imperium going to sell this? Are they going to make it flyable? Because Cloud Imperium might space to sell it, and they made it available to people that have high-level concierge, I think $15,000 or more accounts, but you will be able to get it in-game. Anyone will be able to by playing Squadron 42, getting to a certain level, and then you'll be able to access it in some way, whether you can buy it or not. And you'll be able to buy it from other people and stuff like that as well. It's a ship they weren't going to sell, was the idea, and some people are worried that they're going to sell it, and I don't care if they do or don't. I'm neutral on the whole thing, because Star Citizen has a unique and odd monetization that works for it, and there's always going to be problems with it. I do not want them to be overly predatory with their stuff. You're basically in the opinions in, I believe, of if they said they weren't going to sell it, don't sell it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very, I believe people should stick by their words unless there are, like, circumstances which means they can't.
Well, that's why we call you Honourable Zin.
Okay.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, you're totally right. CIG need to stick to things they've said. However, stuff evolves, and I think what it is I don't care about it, and that's a potentially problem. Maybe I should, but I don't. I can't push cares onto myself, and I don't. I think I'm fine with them selling it, and a lot of people aren't going to be. A lot of people won't mind, and I think a lot of concierge people will be like, well, I quite like it to be exclusive to me, actually. But we don't know. We don't know what the special thing is for their birthday tomorrow. And there could be some cool development information. There could be some cool stuff. Very likely to be an announcement of some kind, or a letter or something from Chris. Like, it's likely that Chris will go, thank you very much for backing the project, and here's some stuff for the future, sort of leading us into CitizenCon. But we will have to wait and see, and I'm very interested to know what people think we're going to get with the F8C stuff or the F8 Lightning stuff. Is it just going to be a little statue? Is it going to be something that we can potentially fly for a little while? Is it going to be made flyable, but only for people that have access to it, which will be the $15,000 concierge, or are they going to sell it? Who knows? You don't know, do you, Zin?
I don't know.
She doesn't know. I don't know.
I wish I did know, because then I'd be like, I know.
Well, you do the sound of like a goose. Huh.
Huh.
Huh. Maybe not a goose. CitizenCon. That's the next thing. That's less than 2 weeks away, Zin.
Less than 2 weeks. Oh, God.
Less than 2 weeks away. Zin's old godding because she has to work on that weekend, and she's going to have to work a lot over that sort of week from CitizenCon until not CitizenCon. Well, until the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, really, we're going to be, until after that, we'll be extra jam-packed full of development information and sort of working pretty hard. Or at least a lot more than we normally do. Look forward to that. Look forward to CitizenCon. Look forward to Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. CitizenCon, 21st and 22nd of October, first 2-day event they've got. You can watch it live on the Star Citizen Twitch, or you can watch our summaries of all the videos. There's going to be loads of watch parties as well. And the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, at some point towards the end of November, that will start. So what are we expecting for CitizenCon, Zin?
Informations.
So, yeah, panels and informations on loads of development stuff, specifically stuff they haven't been talking about recently over the last 2 months. So this could be stuff about underground bunkers, about pyro, about tons of individual gameplay mechanics, bounty hunting, new biomes, aliens, just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. We do know the mission team's not going, so Elliot Maltby, our lovely friend, he's not going, but they did participate in helping make some of the stuff there, which I assume is a gameplay demo. Typically, the big things at CitizenCon, there's some awesome information from game panels and stuff like that, and the feature panels and new ships and stuff. But there's also typically a keynote from Chris, which will talk about where the game has come to now and where it's going for the future, and then look at the pillars, look at the important things where they're just about to hit, what they're going to hit, hopefully in the short, mid, and long term, and also a gameplay demo. So this was like the last big one we had was 2019's, where they had the Carrack and they went to Pyro and they did some cool mission stuff. I mean, we've had others since then, but it's more sort of like less gameplay. So we had one around Pyro 2, I think it was, where they had to steal the Hadesian artifact.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So there has been other things. They're not these sort of gameplay demos where they're like, oh, this is like a mission that we might have in the future or something similar. That said, the 2019 demo, we still don't have all of the features in that they had there, with like the data stealing mission and that sort of stuff. Some of those data stealing missions and things that are similar are in 3.21, admittedly. So do you think, Zin, that stuff they show and gameplay demos that they might have are going to be stuff that is near future, that's either going to be in our hands almost immediately or in the very near future, or do you think a lot of it will be quite far out?
I'd hope it would be near future, but given their track record, it will probably be quite far out.
Okay, because I'm thinking that really they need to start showing, with the gameplay demos especially, stuff that, at least mostly in the gameplay demo, is near future. That's what I want to see, that's what I'm hoping to see. Yeah, have some cool stuff that is sort of like, and here's some cool stuff that's happening long term, or we can represent some cool gameplay, like with the sandworms and stuff like that. That's all cool stuff, which I'm fine, as long as it's not the heart of the gameplay demo. Because I do want to go, that's going to be in my hands genuinely within the next 6 months or a year. And if it's not, I'm just like, oh, CIG, why you do this to me? Other stuff, they're almost certainly going to show a load of pyro stuff off. Jump point stuff, obviously as part of 3.21. There's jump point areas and infrastructure for all of the major jump points around Stanton, so going to Magnus, going to Pyro, going to Terra, and it's likely that those are there because maybe CIG want to show something off that is like going to Pyro and going, this is going to be a hands in the near future, and in the persistent universe now, going live for 3.21 is the areas that the greater Stanton system, maybe with a jump point that looks pretty, probably not accessible, but I think we are very close to Pyro. Do you think we're going to see Pyro by the end of the year in some form, even if it's just like really early testing?
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice.
It's possible.
Yeah, I like it's possible. Just trying to get as high as you can to represent the percentage chance you think it will be there. I'd say that's about 18%.
I think it's possible it'll be on the PTU.
That is my hope. Obviously, they've got some cool stuff that's coming into 3.21 at some point as part of the preview branch. I think that also the preview branch will be used for server meshing and pyro stuff. But in the near future, we should be seeing the replication layer, which is sort of the beating heart of server meshing. It pretty much represents server meshing being added to the game, in my opinion, because it is previously the client and the server were sort of just communicating with each other. The client existed on the server, floated about. There's one server per shard. Now, you have a shard, and the shard is effectively controlled by the replication layer, or at least is the main communication hub there. The client communicates with the replication layer. The server communicates with the replication layer. Neither the client nor the server communicate with each other directly anymore. And there are multiple servers that can be plugged into the replication layer. And if a server goes down, the replication layer can just go, well, this is the information that the server needs to know, boop, and reboot another one. And each server is looking after a different area of space or planet. But basically, replication layer being added is server meshing, other than how many servers are then controlling the shard. Is it still just one? Or are they actually going to go, well, we can technically plug in loads of servers now? And it might just be stepped. It might literally just be replication layer, and as soon as that's working fine, plug more servers in. We've got server meshing, static server meshing anyway. Do you think that's Possible, or do you think I've just wildly misread the situation?
I think it's possible.
That's why I like you, Zin. You say that all my dreams are possible, except when they're not. So yeah, that's I think where we're going, and hopefully load of awesome information will be at CitizenCon. Do you think we're going to have a Squadron 42 big announcement? I know some of our friends at CIG have already said, I know there's going to be at least one thing they're announcing about Squadron 42.
I mean, that could be, we've decided to stop developing Squadron 42.
Oh no, that will not be it. That will not be it. Oh God. That's don't clip that. But yeah, so hopefully it could be something tiny and minor. It could be something huge. It could be and a lot of people are hoping for a release date. That's what I'm hoping for. Release date or big development drop or lots of Squadron 42 stuff, although typically CitizenCon is not Squadron 42 orientated since 2015. You said, like you wanted to add something, but did you actually want to add something, or you just lightly agreeing? Yeah,
I think there may be a release date announcement.
Oh, Zin.
But I think it'll be vague.
A release date
2025
or answer the call 2025. So I was talking on our podcast the other day, and I remember going to CitizenCon 2015 in Manchester, and there was a load of Squadron 42 stuff there, and at the end of the presentation for the Squadron 42 stuff it said answer the call 2016, so implying a Squadron 42 release date in 2016. And I said on the podcast, how do you think people would have reacted if they said answer the call at that 2015 CitizenCon, answer the call 2024? How would people have reacted for a 9-year wait? I don't think they would have reacted particularly well. Although actually, at least it would have been realistic, right? It's an interesting one. I'm very much hyped for Star Citizen and Squadron 42, and I forward a lot of love to the CIG devs, but it is a long development cycle, really, really long development cycle, with lots of delays that have been in it. And I mean, hell, I'm on this roller coaster. I enjoy the ride. When there's like these sort of delays and that very long development cycle, do you think it's disheartening, or do you just go like, well, they are producing stuff, they are updating the patch, and there's cool stuff coming. I don't mind waiting. What's your sort of opinion here?
I don't mind waiting.
Good.
Like they keep giving us interesting things. They keep giving us new tech. I think, I'm happy waiting with what they're giving us.
I mean, I coined the development as a service term like many years ago for Star Citizen, but what if it's delays as a service? Oh my God. Something I am genuinely looking forward to are new ships they're going to be announcing at CitizenCon. Almost certainly we'll have a panel on that and some cool ship updates, new ships. I like stuff like that. I know a lot of people are like, stop making ships, CRG. I know it's a space game with spaceships, but I want you to make the game. By that I mean not spaceships. I know there's a lot of people that, but I like spaceships. And I'm really enjoying 3.21 on the PTU. I loved the fact that there were those jump point locations. I think that's really cool and a really nice promise to the future. We don't know if that was accidentally found and CIG have gone, oh, better make it look good now and release it to everyone and say it was part of the plan. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I would have assumed.
Who knows?
I would have assumed that it was something they were going to reveal at CitizenCon, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I do know that previous CitizenCons and presentations and stuff, they didn't know exactly what they're going to be showing up until the day before. There might be a little bit of that. Hopefully it's pretty structured though, and they've got a lot of cool stuff to show us because obviously they've been starving us for a few weeks development information-wise. There's some cool new missions in 3.21. It's very mission heavy. Something that was cool that I noticed as well, players can now sell stuff from ships and other stuff from their party members without that being considered stolen. So It just makes admin of a load of stuff a billion times easier. And they're sort of moving into the, what can we do to make it party gameplay and multi-crew a more enjoyable, easier, higher quality of life experience? And hopefully we'll get some more org features and party features soon as well, because we needed them for many a year. Zin?
Yeah.
It's spooky season. Ooh.
It is.
It's Day of the Vara. Day of the Vara? Day of Vara? Halloween. It's Halloween. And there's some cool stuff that you can get involved with. Collecting masks. So the Fieldsbury bear heads and the Vandal masks and the Scarecrow mask, whatever it's called. Well, the mask is called something lot. Neville's Lot. the Neville's Lot mask.
That's what. Yeah.
I
should know that. I did lore about it.
Indeed, I was trying to remember your lore video name. So this time, all of those masks are available to loot in chests and things, so you can find them around the verse. If you find them all, you will get a badge going, you're super spooky, you got these masks. I don't think you get to keep the masks after a reset, unfortunately, but maybe you do. I don't 100% know.
But you get to keep the badge.
You definitely get to keep the badge. And obviously, previously, when they've done these orienteering or these hunts and treasure map stuff, you do get to keep some of the stuff. I'm not sure if this stuff gets added to your account permanently. Probably doesn't. The badge will, as Sin said. And you can buy the Fieldsbury masks. I quite like these things. I think they're pretty cool. I'm looking forward to when Star Citizen has no more resets and stuff like that you can collect. Definitely will stay with you until you lose it, or if you don't have it insured, or whatever. However they do it.
Mm-hmm.
There is some green skins on sale. Do you like the green skins? Do you think they look cool? Do you not care?
I like the skins. I don't really feel like they're very Halloween-y.
But they're Drake ships. Oh, spooky Drake! No?
Yeah. No.
I mean, what can they do for Halloween? I suppose they could have an orange pumpkin theme.
Yeah, orange with black pumpkins.
Yeah, orange and black pumpkins. Or skeleton. Skeleton.
Spooky skeletons.
Skeletons drawn on. Yeah, okay, fair. Ghoulish green. Why is green ghoulish? Apparently it is. I mean, our mate Zen, not you Zen, would love them because he loves green.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like a very cool colour for him. Let's not tell him about it because he'll buy them all. Something I wanted to talk about briefly is there's a lot of stuff that CIG seem to do that overlaps with each other. So you've got Day of the Vara, we've got 3.21's release, we've got CitizenCon, we've got Star Citizen's birthday. They all sort of like go, let's do them all in the same couple of weeks. And it probably got Jump Point running. I don't actually have Jump Point's running. I've been playing too much 3.21. But they overlap a load of stuff, and it can be a bit confusing, and it can be a bit overwhelming and cause problems on the servers sometimes if they have too many of these things going on. So maybe pace stuff out a bit more. I don't know. Maybe...
I think it's a bit hard when all of these dates sort of coincide with each other.
Whose fault is that?
Well, that's not.
That's very much CIG's choice, right?
What is the birthday of Star Citizen? Is that the day it was funded? They
could have chosen, couldn't they?
Was it the day it was funded?
I think it was. Oh no! I don't think it's neither. It's neither. So, 10th of October is. Let me just check. Potentially the day that Star Citizen was announced at a conference.
Okay.
Chris Roberts announced Star Citizen at the Game Developers Conference, 10th of October.
Right. So yes, they could have changed the birth date. They could have changed it to like the day that the Kickstarter got funded or whatever.
Yeah.
But essentially, the announcement of it would be the birth of it.
I don't. Cloud Imperium launched the public crowdfunding campaign for Star Citizen and Squadron 42 on the 10th of October. So
right.
It looks like it is their initial... Yeah, it's when they first announced it in 2012 GDC and the sort of initial crowdfunding for that. That's a piece of Star Citizen history that was not embedded into my brain.
Well, now it is.
Now it is. So yeah, a week later it was then launched on Kickstarter.
Yeah, so they could have maybe changed the date, but the date makes sense. Obviously, Halloween is Halloween.
Yeah.
So CitizenCon, they used to have more or less on the birthday. It was like a mixed-in celebration, but they've decided to start not having it on the 10th.
It's the weekend. It was the weekend closest to the 10th. That's when we normally have it. You're kind of right, Sin. Some of these dates just coincide with each other.
Yeah.
You gotta hustle. You've got your Halloween sales and your CitizenCon sales.
Yeah. To be fair, the Day of the Vara is actually like a month-long event. So
yeah, that is true. Also, did you see the newsletter little thing for the Day of Vara? The sort of like little short.
The little 20-second machinima.
Yeah, the little tiny second machinima of the obviously that's one of the suits available for subs at the moment. So spooky
helmet.
I thought it was a full suit, but yes, it's just a helmet, I believe. There was an implication of the Vara has been found now or something, or maybe that was just supposed to be like just a general spooky tagline.
I think it's like a spooky tagline.
Yes, yeah, some people were saying it like it's an in-law film or something about Vara. I don't know. Maybe this stuff will actually be in game eventually, and you go, well, actually, we've found the Vara, or there'll be a mission, sort of as part of it. I mean, the same as there might be a load of stuff to do with. Well, and that's coincidentally the Lost Generation and Janus the AI. And what was the name of the ships in?
The Artemis.
The Artemis. Oh, that's strange. It's as if you've done a big lore series on it at the moment.
In the middle of doing a big lore series on it.
Yes, it is the largest piece. Is it serialized fiction or is it actual in lore?
So, I think it classifies as serialized fiction, but I don't see how it could very easily be actual lore if they wanted it to be.
Okay, yeah, it's a really interesting thing. With the Artemis and it going missing and the Janus AI, because that is very much the Artemis going missing is part of Star Citizen history.
Yeah.
And that's in lore canon what happened. And this, The Lost Generation, this giant multi-part series, talks about someone finding some clues to the Artemis. Watch it if you want to know more. It could very well, as Sin said, be canon lore, or it sort of is semi-classified as serialized fiction. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And the latest episode, Sin went a bit more Shodan or Xerxes on it. Some cool voices and some additional editing. And one of the reasons I sort of hired Zin originally was that she was cheap. No, and that it's the evolution of editing there. So evolution of editing as we need it, because I am not particularly arty or edity. I can look at some notes and then talk about them for ages, and then just keep on improving my knowledge base on Star Citizen and play it. Whereas Zin is there to edit and do cool stuff. So if you have editing suggestions or lore that you'd like us to cover, all that sort of stuff, always chuck them in the comments of videos. We do look through some of them. I try to look through most of them. Feel free to email me or get me on Discord as well. But yeah, check that out. Check out the Lost Generation. I think we're on episode 5 at the moment.
Yeah, just did 5.
Of between 10 and 12 episodes.
We'll see how it works out.
But yeah, check that out. It's really good. Something else I wanted to talk about, which is a bit annoying for people, not for me, but other people, is Windows 11 seems to have lots of installation problems with Star Citizen at the moment. There's lots of fixes for it, and people start having installation problems after that. Hopefully CIG will get this sorted before 3.21 goes live, because you don't want people to have to faff around when they're installing a game, because otherwise they're just going to go, nope, I'm done, refund.
But it is the nature of Windows, though. They'll have a good one, and then they'll have a bad one, and then they'll have a good one. Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a long time before I go up to Windows 11, until it gets me significant gaming performance on all my stuff, and is more stable than Windows 10 is, effectively, which might be a very long time. And you're of the same mindish, right?
I don't think I'll go to Windows 11 at all. I'm probably going to hold out until the next one.
You're going to hold out until Windows 12?
Well,
wow.
Well, the thing is, wasn't it Windows 10 was supposed to be, we're going to...
The last Windows.
The last one, and all updates will go through that. Mm-hmm. And then they did Windows 11 and broke everything.
Well, I mean, maybe not that bad Windows 11, but it certainly wasn't a Windows 10 experience. It certainly wasn't a Windows 7 experience. But yes, we're sort of... Zin and I are now boomers and complaining about the latest software updates. You kids, you got your Windows 13 and your iPhone 25s. But yes, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Complaining about stuff, and we're super close to Star Citizen's birthday. It might even be Star Citizen's birthday by the time you watch this. But yeah, that's on the Tuesday the 10th. We don't know really what we're getting. Something about an F8 Lightning, maybe, question mark, and some cool stuff probably. And CitizenCon, less than 2 weeks away. That is huge event of the year, potentially the biggest event of the year, although some people will argue it's the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo or Fleet Week. Well, Sin, out of curiosity, what is the biggest event of the year for Star Citizen?
Probably the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo.
Okay, so towards the end of November, potentially, Sin might be right, probably the thing that makes the most money for CIG.
Yeah.
And we'll see if CIG can break records again this year. They're currently 7-ish million, 6 million, 7 million behind what they made the previous year. But I think that they could smash that out of the park with a good CitizenCon and IAE. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me what you're expecting to see at CitizenCon, what you're thinking of 3.21. Do you like those cool jump point areas? Do you think they were supposed to be shown off and released by now, or that was a silly by CIG? And yeah, tell us all your thoughts in the comments below, and say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
That is all. What the hell are you? It's nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, enabling you to minimize your presence on the internet, almost like a cloaking device. It also allows you to hunt out the best TV and movies and shopping deals by changing your region. It prevents big internet From gathering and using your personal data, there's even a data breach scanner and meshnet for your own remote private network included. When Zin asked, what's the Predator movie got to do with NordVPN or CitizenCon or Star Citizen, I said, what's any of our NordVPN ads got to do with anything? Grab yourself NordVPN in the links below for a seamless, secure internet experience. Every month we have a Star Citizen ship giveaway. For October 2023, we are giving away a Constellation Phoenix. This luxury multi-crew ship can be used as a mission runner, an explorer, a base of operations, and more. It comes with a luxury P-72 Archimedes snub, as well as the Lynx rover, allowing you to have on and off planet excursions. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. This is the bit of the video where I appeal to you to try and join the channel memberships and give us money. We have a load of you that are Patreons or have become YouTube channel members with the join button under my videos, and that goes a huge way in helping the channel and enabling us to make daily Star Citizen news entertainment. But there are a load of other ways to help us: liking, commenting, sharing these videos. That helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching to the end. Please get involved in the comments section, and I hope you have a great October.